Hello, everybody. Welcome to another movie chat. Here I am, happy as a clam. Yes, indeed. I know it's no big deal. I'm only like 3 minutes late here, but anyway, I don't like being even a minute late. That's the way it is. But it wasn't my doing; it was my girlfriend's doing. Okay, that I was
Blame
delayed.
her right off the bat. It's
Oh,
the
stop!
girlfriend's fault.
Now he's gonna make me say it to Story Public, which I wasn't gonna do.
No. Come on, you don't
He's
have to.
kidding. He's kidding because it is our damn fault.
Yes.
Yeah. The reason I start these things at 8:30. I don't want to start them 8:30. I want to start them earlier, but I got to do it because I got to pick her up from her job, and usually she's out of there and I can get here by 8:30. But she was running late. Something happened and she was running real late, so I was like picking her up at like 8:10. I'm like zooming home in the car. I'm like getting in here, and I just made it in time. So here I am. So let's see what everybody else here has to say. Yeah, it's showtime, all right. Yes, indeed. And I was going to also try. I had no time to try to fix the portable fan in here and try to get it operated.
Showtime.
As much as I love the summer, it is hot in here without air conditioning. Hello, Douglas. Hello, everybody. Hello. But I didn't like even announce everybody, say who everybody is. Well, you know who they are.
Mike, Walls, Jasper.
Now I'm talking about you guys. Well, that's nice. What's a badger? Hi, Eric. Letty. Yeah, so I'm here, Joe Mayo, along with Tim Allen and Tom Hunyadi. Okay, so that we're ready to do the movie show. Oh my God! All right. So anyhow,
Take
what's
one.
been going?
Let's go.
Yeah, let's start from scratch here. What's been going on, fellas? Anybody watch any movies this last week?
Yes.
I watched the movies.
Yes,
yeah.
I did. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Theater.
You went to the theater and everything. Oh boy, you got it made with
theater.
that.
Yeah.
You using your rewards card or whatever it's called.
Oh no, it's the A-listers.
A-listers to see Z movies. Yes,
that's
I
right.
Know. They're good. They're great movies.
$20 a month to see up to 12 movies a month.
Oh my God.
Can't beat that.
There was a movie that was on. You've heard of it, I'm sure. An Al Pacino movie. It was on TV called Author.
Author, one of those worst.
Yeah, and all I remember about it is I was like 20 years old and it was in the movie theater, and I used to see like 3 movies a week then, there was something, but I don't remember it being any good. But I just saw like the first like half hour of it, so it doesn't count. But I haven't watched it since 1982 when it came out.
Yeah,
and I don't know. It just made me think how I used to at least be things I wanted to see for whatever reason. It didn't turn out to be a good movie, but in the day. But all righty, where are we at here? Okay, the Badger. We did that one. Did I say hello to Elvin? Hello, Elvin. Great to listen. Well, I wore this last time. I'm going to try to. I said I was going to wear this every show this summer, but I might change my mind on that. But because I want to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Jaws. Notice I said Jaws instead of Jaws. Jaws. All right. So, what's this?
I seem to remember hearing that title. I don't think I've seen that one though, but I vaguely remember that.
Well, Tom, why don't you said you went to the movie theater? Well, first of all, did you pick up anything? You get anything in the mail?
I picked up some stuff. I picked up the greatest genre of Alive up. I picked some of those up. As we know, Barnes and Noble started its Criterion half off sale.
Right.
But you know what happened? Amazon said, you know what? Screw that. We're going to do a half off sale too. So I ended up.
Is that what happened?
Yeah. Amazon.
Wait a minute. Before you go, because let's just have a little laid back here. I know I'm interrupting you. But, I was waiting for the Criterion sale because I wanted to buy that Rock Hudson movie called Seconds. So they had a copy, one copy at my Barnes & Noble. And I had it planned that the first day of the sale, I was going to get there 9 a.m. when they opened, so I'd be in there to get it. Then I thought, let me just do this online. So online, it was 26 on Amazon. It was 26 something.
Yeah.
which I ordered it along with some other movies. I don't think there are any other Criterions, but I just ordered other movies with it. And I thought, well, 26, that must be half off. I don't know. Now I'm noticing it's on Amazon for $19.99.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
See, that's the thing is like when I woke up that morning and then they announced that the Barnes and Noble sale was going on. Well, then Amazon was doing it as well. So I said, you know what? It saves me 30 miles, round trip. So I just said, screw it. I'm just going to get some Criterions on Amazon, and I got 3 of them right here. So
before you show me those 3, let me finish my story, buddy.
Yeah, go.
So the thing is, so now it's still in the queue. God knows when they're going to send it because I don't have Prime, and usually they send it fast anyway. Right. Because I said that the last time on the show when the question came up that I don't even have to get Prime. Now, of course, they don't send it. But anyway, it's still there. It says 26. Are they supposed to go down to the different price if they haven't shipped it yet? Isn't that how it's supposed to go? It's supposed to go down. You get the good.
No. If you pre-order it, so if you let's say like it comes out for $26 on pre-order, and you pre-order it while it's $26, but if it goes down to $19 before they ship it, then you get it for the $19.
So now I should it's still in the queue. I could cancel it. Why should I cancel
it? They haven't shipped yet.
Yeah.
And then reorder it for $20. And then
Yeah.
if I order that just on its own with nothing else, then I got to pay.
Right.
But then it'll go up in price because of the tax and shipping
Because
and all
of the
that.
shipping. Yeah. See, because I'm a Prime member, I don't have to pay for the shipping. I just pay for the tax. So it still ends up being under $20.
Okay. All right. Now you may continue. Sorry about that.
Oh, well, thank you. But so I was going to get these movies anyways, but I thought, okay, well, these are secondary movies that I wanted to get, so I thought, okay, well, we'll wait till the half off sale. So first up, I think you got this one, right? This is the Godzilla versus Biollante. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, the Italian monster.
Yeah. So looking forward to watching this.
Is that a giallo?
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
But how you got that for a good price?
Yeah, 20. Yeah, half off. Yeah, half off on Amazon. Another film associated with Handmade Films, and this is I showed a couple weeks ago. I showed the movie that got released with this, called With Nell and I, and this is a film called How to Get Ahead in Advertising. This is with the same director and the same lead actor, Richard E. Grant, and the director Bruce Robinson. So not as good as With Nell and I, but it's okay nonetheless. It's not bad. And a movie I just got in today. Yes, I do have Long Good Friday. I do. Very good film. Handmade Films as well. This is called Downhill Racer with Robert Redford and Gene Hackman in the supporting cast from 1969. I haven't seen this one, so I'm looking forward to watching this. So those were the 3 films that I picked up so far during the half off sale. There will be more.
Oh my God! Well, Tom, while I think of this, that movie theater I go to that has movies theatrically, revived. I said that one
right.
What's the Paul Newman boxing movie? The early one. Somebody is it?
Oh, someone up there likes me. Somebody up there likes me.
That's going to be there. I've never seen it. It's going to be there. There's movies there.
Yeah. Somebody up there likes me has a quick, if you blink, you'll miss him, really quick cameo from Steve McQueen in that film.
Oh. Okay. So I know, Tim, you don't usually get movies lately.
Still same thing. I still go 3 times a week. Still the same movies I've had for months. So I haven't seen a Blu-ray there in like a month.
Well, a couple of things arrived for me. This is one of my favorite movies. I've seen it before. It's first movie I ever, my first date movie anyway. Fame. The 1980 version. It even has to say the original movie. Has to say that on here, so you know. Okay. And this thing, now I've never heard of this, and I don't know why I'm thinking that Tim has heard of this. or he's going to say, I told you about this. I mentioned this before. I like Boris Karloff. I never heard of this thing in my life. I'm going to try to blow it up to make it easy. Did you ever hear of this?
No.
No? The
No, it
complete
wasn't me.
26-episode TV series, Colonel March of Scotland Yard.
No, it wasn't me.
Christopher Lee is in this.
Oh, Christopher Lee. Ooh.
It's got 26 episodes. It says the complete series from the early 50s, starring Boris Karloff in his outstanding portrayal of March, an unconventional criminal investigator that cracks difficult cases bordering on the X-Files. I mean, what the hell? Where'd this come from? I've never heard of this damn thing. So I think it's pretty cool. Yeah.
Nice.
Well, is it American?
No.
No, I'm serious. I'm wondering if you went to the UK and did that. That may be why I never heard of it.
I'm pretty sure it's a UK show. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that would be why I've never heard of it.
And he's got the eye patch and everything.
And you've never heard of it.
Is Boris American?
No.
Boris was born in the UK. I mean, he lived in America, but he was born in the UK.
Yeah.
And he's also East Indian, I think, on his mother's side. Yeah. Yes. William Henry Pratt. All right. So now we can talk about things that we've watched. And, I don't know. I always wind up going first with this. I'm going to do that. Let me go first as long as I'm here because I don't have many things. First of all, let's do a couple of I'll do one TV show and some shorts. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, March isn't very good. Half-hour UK show. It's up on the Roku channel, I think. Well, at least it's a half an hour episodes, Yeah, there was a famed TV show. Who cares?
Yeah.
How do you know that a film is from Criterion on Amazon? Is it advertised?
Well, I mean, yeah. You know what you can do? You can go on Amazon and you can type in the word Criterion, and it will present to you a plethora of Criterion films.
You mean a plethora?
Yeah, that too.
Everything on Amazon, if it's made by anybody, tells you who made it. So, exactly. An album or a movie, or it gives you who's distributing it. So
I see, said the blind man. I've been dipping into this great series.
You're telling me this.
this little rascals classic flicks restorations. I've said this every time I talk about this. This is the best restoration job of anything that I have ever seen, of anything, whether it, movies, television episodes, anything. Amazing the work that was done on these. And I started watching them. It's from some of the ones I watched were from 1929 and then 1930. These are really early. And I've seen them many times before, including growing up with them. This one, speaking of growing up with things, look at that great particular cover. You have to have grown up with these. And I got to tell you, my girlfriend and I have been enjoying these, watching like 2 or 3 episodes a night because this is season 1. Got all 5 seasons for cheap, real cheap. Just reminds us of our youth. And these days, corny as it may be, we need this stuff. It's unbelievable how instead of watching all this kind of stuff, whether it's a horror movie, whether it's just the news or whatever it is, or the commercials that are talking about, sick children, or they're talking about drug companies, or people that, even if your money is safe, even if you have your money safe, don't forget your information is in all the banks and all the buildings. And if they break in here, they'll get it anyway. All these kind of wonderful commercials. You can lay back and remember a simpler time. And that's what we do when we watch these. So we love the Brady Bunch, and I just finished season 1. All right. And as far as movies, I think there's only the one that I did a video on. It's 1900. I'm all right. I'm thinking of the 1900s here. I wish it was. No, the 2022 film Megan which Megan 2.0 is out. I thought maybe I'd want to see it, but at first I had a copy of Megan, the horror movie. It's supposed to be a dark comedy too, but I didn't see much comedy in it, thankfully. But anyway, I put that on because somebody made me a copy of that some time ago now. And I thought it was good. I did a video on it. But the whole thing about the movie is it's derivative. If you're as old as me and you've seen all these kinds of movies about killer dolls, whether it's The Twilight Zone with Telly Savalas and Crazy Dolls, or whether it's a mannequin coming to life, or whether it's Chucky or a Trilogy of Terror. We've seen this stuff before a million times, but this time it's an AI rendered creation.
AI.
And we're in trouble with AI. Let's face it. So, but what can I tell you? I liked it. It's just that it's nothing I haven't seen before, kind of thing. But I'll tell you this: I try not to follow too many reviews if I want to see a movie. Like I didn't do that when it came to The Ritual. Everybody hated The Ritual with Pacino, and I said, all right, let me see it anyway. Well, everybody's saying this is nowhere near as good as the Megan sequel, and that's all right, except that they're saying that it's not even horror. It turns into like an action or adventure or a hero thing, where she's a hero. Yeah. I'm like, look, man, I don't know, but I still might see it. What you heard about this, Tom?
Yeah, I did that. It's completely nothing like the first film, but again, if you're a fan of something, that shouldn't stop you from seeing something. If you're still interested, you should still go see it. However, yeah.
But I'm not that big invested. Yeah. I'm not that invested.
You're not that invested. Right.
But you look at this, and I still haven't seen 28 Years Later. I don't remember the other two, but those are two movies I want to see. So I may wind up going to see both of them. Yeah. So there you go. And let's see, what do we got here? Let's see now. Hey, I'm the only guy here. Hello, Cherry. How
That's fine.
How funny. They have Our Gang silent. You could keep them. I have no interest in Our Gang silent. No interest at all. I don't even like the too much the characters in there, the kids that are in those, Yeah, I'm not into the silent ones with that. Laurel and Hardy's one thing, but hello.
Jimba.
And of course, this is when you talk about classic lines, there it is.
There it is. Now, is that the first season?
It's actually in the second season. I started two or three episodes off the second season, and I could see the ones that are coming. That's going to be in there, And of course, that was made popular because of the Brady Bunch movie that makes fun of the show, for being wholesome. I always liked the tagline in that, about the Brady Bunch. I think this movie came out in 1995, the Brady Bunch movie, and it said, "They're back to save America from the 90s." I'll tell you what, I'll take the 90s now. I'll tell you that much. But anyhow, I always liked that. So anyway, I think that's all I've seen. I feel like there might be something else. Let's jump ahead to Tim, who's been quiet so far. He hasn't said anything about what he's seen or anything he's picked up. So go ahead, Tim. What can you tell us?
I haven't picked anything up, so I can just talk about what I've seen. And all Blu-rays, which is rare for me. Most time I'm watching Laserdisc or...
it's okay, DVD, Tim. It's okay. You can let
no, I know. I don't care about format, but it is nice to see them a bit clearer than I usually do.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, I watched King Kong versus Godzilla.
Oh, look, wait a minute. Don't say nothing. No, go ahead. I was going to say, I love this movie. It's a childhood favorite. I will defend that to my dying breath.
Well, it's just so cliche. I watched this less than a week ago, and I really don't remember it already. I can say that about it.
Oh, I remember it.
It wasn't a bad movie or anything. It's just nothing stuck with me.
Can you see the zipper? Can you see the zippers on the back?
No. But I'm sorry. I like guys in costumes. I'm a guy in a costume. A guy.
Me too.
I think that's fine.
And that's my favorite King Kong. As ridiculous as it is, I love that King. It's considered the worst King Kong ever, and I love it.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's a great King
Kong. To that point, Joe, that I love that we could love like something that's like terrible, but because we have nostalgia for it and we watched it at a certain point in our life and we love it. I just love that.
Oh yeah, I can't. I'll defend that to my dying breath. But the thing is, too, that's the American version, and the American version is different from the Japanese version.
Yeah, and there's a lot of times they put the Japanese versions on. That one did not have it, or I definitely would have watched it. And then I've had this hanging around for a long time, and I decided, what the heck, I'm going to watch it. And I started out hating this movie, just not liking it, not getting it. Like, why are they even making this? And I wound up really liking it at the end. La La Land.
Oh, La La Land.
Yeah, I saw that.
But I've heard a lot of people praise it, but it just gets off to such a slow start, and it's sort of silly. And I like it better when it's not a musical.
I think it was
nothing against musicals. I like musicals, but I think it got in the way.
I think that's the year Warren Beatty during the Oscars he called out a different film for Best Picture, and it was supposed to be La La Land, but he said a different film.
Oh wow! So yeah. Anyway, I watched La La Land. I enjoyed it. I liked it a lot. Again, it just got off to a slow start for me, but.
I don't remember a thing about it. I saw it in the movies.
It's a nice, typical, love story that doesn't turn out the way you think it will, which is refreshing. You're not happy.
Wait a minute. Was that one thing I think I may remember about it? Was that a guy that was really into jazz?
Yes.
And he was trying to convince his girlfriend or something like about jazz, right?
Well,
yeah. Play the video, Joe. Come on.
I'm looking for it. I was trying to do it nonchalant.
Who put this on? It's just a random selection of notes in no particular order. For fuck's sake.
Well, I hate to say it, but there's that kind of jazz, and then there's jazz with that you see live that's interesting, and that's
because I remember trying to
a couple of jazz clubs,
trying to follow his lead in the movie. I think he was going like, "You got this guy over here; he's doing his own thing, and the other guy's doing this or something." I think that was that movie. Only part I remember about it.
It's improvised, but it's improvised around a melody. I don't want to get into a jazz.
I ain't no melody. I always say to Corey at the store who lives for jazz. I always say, "Where's the melody?" And he goes, "This is the melody." He says,
there is well, I mean, a lot of I like jazz better when they're playing, standards and stuff like that, and then they take off and that. But I don't know. Good jazz is good. Anyway, I watched both of these. I watched Mr. Sardonicus and I forgot the name of that
one. Brotherhood of Satan. Well, Mr. Sardonicus is pretty good. What do you think?
Mr. Sardonicus, I think I'd seen it, but I didn't remember it at all.
Yeah. I don't remember the Brotherhood of Satan being good.
Was interesting. It was I don't know why they called it the Brotherhood of Satan. It was these kids that take over this town and nobody knows it. And you get Southern Martin. Southern Martin is the key guy in Brotherhood of Satan, which is a different part for him.
Yeah, I could see him doing that. That I've seen it once, don't remember it, but I think that's actually why it would be worth seeing is the idea of him being cast as
but he also played the town doctor, so nobody knew that he was doing this, and he was one of the guys. So whenever the law was looking for these people or whatever, he was right there. He knew right whatever they were doing because he was with them. but at the same time he was the bad guy as well. So that made it interesting. So yeah, recommend both of these two. They were both. I was surprised I liked the Brotherhood of Satan, but I did.
How did you vote at the end of Mr. Sardonicus? How did you vote? Thumbs up or thumbs down?
I didn't vote. I did they know. I know that I know the story behind this, that most people think that they filmed the second ending for this, but they didn't, because they knew everybody would vote thumbs down, they just filmed the one ending and that's it. You didn't actually get a choice. There's only one ending.
Correctamundo.
Okay. Then I watched 2 Kino Lorber movies.
Oh, wait a minute.
That I'd never heard of. And I bought a stack a couple of years ago.
That's John Riddle.
I'd never gotten around to watching. Jack Lemmon and Barbara Harris in The War Between Men and Women.
There you go.
Oh, wow.
What I'll say about this movie is, I never heard of Barbara Harris, which is weird. I think she's really cute and did an excellent job. But the thing I can say most about this movie is it would have been much better if Billy Wilder had written it and directed it. Because it's that kind of movie. It's the kind of movie that Jack Lemmon was still doing with Billy Wilder at this time. He just didn't do it. But it's good. It's good. It was funny. I actually laughed out loud a few times. So, but Jack Lemmon it's interesting because Jack Lemmon is going blind during this thing.
I think I saw some of that on TCM then, because I saw some of it at the beginning.
It's interesting. But weirdly, the weird thing is, so I recommend this movie, which was Kino Lorber. Then I saw Dustin Hoffman, and this has a huge long title.
Yeah.
Who is, Harry Kellerman, and why is he saying terrible things about me? And I just watched that today. And weirdly, the thing I didn't know is this woman that I'd never heard of, Barbara Harris, is in this too.
Wow.
That happened to you guys. This happens to me all the time. Some actor will be in a bit part in 4 or 5 movies in a row that I watch, and I had no idea. I'm just watching them, and there they are, and there they are, and there they are, and it was weird that I've seen 2 Barbara Harris movies in my life, and they were both right in a row. But this is the kind of movie that doesn't get made today, and I'm not saying it should because it's very odd, but I think the closest movie to this I can think of is something like The Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. It just is all over the place, and it's really weird. I mean, Dustin Hoffman plays like this Jim Croce kind of musician guy, but this is made in 1971 before Jim Croce. But it's weird that he's got this afro and a mustache. He looks like Jim Croce, but this is a couple of years before Jim Croce broke. It's really weird, but he's losing his mind. He literally is going insane, and it's just he's trying to how can I say this without demonetization?
Oh, come on.
No, this is what the story's about, though. He's
that
trying
doesn't matter.
He's trying to unalive himself.
Okay.
All the time.
These days.
All the time. And it's just, and at the end, you don't know if he succeeds. They leave it kind of open. But it's a movie worth seeing, but
Never heard of it.
I never had either. It's a kind of movie that they don't make anymore.
I'm sorry.
I have.
For better or worse, and that's what I've seen. I've seen those.
Well, wait a minute.
But, and I watched the Something Weird movie. I forgot. I watched.
God.
I hang on. I have it written down.
Hurry up, because I forgot 2 movies.
The Psycho Lover, which is weird that it's a Something Weird movie, because there's some nudity in it, but it's basically your typical early 70s horror movie. Slasher kind of pre-slasher kind of movie is what it is. This guy's mental and he falls in love with women, so then he suffocates them. That's
Lovely.
That's what he does, and sometimes he chops them to pieces. Sometimes he does other nasty things, and it's like,
Well, look, you
it's not your
reminded me
typical
of something.
something you would be.
Are you done?
Yes, I'm done.
Because you tend to pause, and I think it happens every time. And then I'm like, okay, so and you say something else. You know what? We're gonna have a new thing here. We're gonna say, all of us are gonna say over when we're finished. Over. Over. No, I'm not over.
Over.
But here's the thing. All right, so you reminded me of something when you said Dustin Hoffman yesterday. Being Sunday yesterday, we were out, and then we came home, did our thing, and then I just pop in front of the TV and I put on the movies channel or whatever, and it's in the middle of this movie that I've seen when I was a kid. I don't think I ever sat down from start to finish. Always saw it on TV in different parts, and that's Little Big Man.
Oh,
with Dustin Hoffman. And during the part that's on there, I know nothing about American history. I know nothing about American history. Don't know much about history, but anyway, or geography, or algebra, or science book. But anyway, be that as it may. And it's got General Custer, the part. It's in the part of the movie where there's they're taking over the Indians and hurting the Indians, and a lot of blood and stuff. And my girlfriend sits down finally, and she goes, "Oh, that's a nice thing to watch on a Sunday afternoon. This is real nice." I say, "Would you? I just we just got in. I sat down. I just happened to put it on. I'm not. Just anyway. That usually doesn't happen because she wants to watch the Hallmark Channel, and I did a rant video because the Hallmark Channel is now playing Christmas in July again.
I knew they would be. They always do.
Yeah. Only one thing. Yesterday's date was June 29th. It's not even July yet, and they're playing it.
Well, it doesn't matter. Their Christmas movies start at the beginning of November now, and they go through the first or second week of January.
Well, that ain't for me. It's bad enough in December to sit through those things. But anyway, so that was that. But then I also forgot that my friend Anthony came over, and he wanted to see The Sting, but it was too long. We didn't have enough time, so I said I'd put another Robert Shaw movie he didn't see, and that was Taking a Pelham 1, 2, 3 from '74, the original one, the Joseph Sargent one, the Walter Matthau one, and I gotta say I loved it every time I see it. So me and Anthony enjoyed that again. Talking about movies you've seen already, there's not much else to say about it, but I get a joy out of showing movies to people, movies that I know well, but they haven't seen them yet. So I'm curious what they think of them, And I think he enjoyed the movie, which is pretty cool. It was an upgrade of sorts because I think it had more extras on it than the one I had. I had one from, I think it was MGM. Maybe this was a Kino Lorber one, had a couple of extra features on it. I just want to, before we move on to Tom here, just wanted to catch up here. My boyfriend, I guess that's BF, best friend or boyfriend, saw 28 days later and didn't like it. 28 years later. He also wants to see Megan. He'll be seeing it alone. You can join my girlfriend. You can go see some rom-com or something. Space Circus episode of Lost in Space. I happen to like that episode. Me and Doc Docus differ on that one, but I have fun with that episode from The Awful season 2. It's one of the episodes I like. I'm watching a movie now with Cagney called The Mayor of Hell. First time seeing it, it's pretty good. Oh, where's that question? I was dying for Tim to answer. Oh, it's from Beatletti. Oh, where was it? I got to find it. It was a great question that Beatletti was asking. And if I don't get the answer to this, I don't know what I'm going to do.
I missed it, so I don't know.
Is it later maybe? Am I out of sequence here? Ah, come on, Beatletti.
Well, have him re-ask it.
No, I'll find it. Maybe it wasn't Beatletti. I think it was. Come on. Oh, forget it. I don't know where it is. He wanted to know, I think it was him. Oh, there it is. About your shirt, about your Beatles shirt, Tim.
Oh,
He wants to know why Ringo isn't lower.
I didn't make it.
I know. It's the obvious answer. It's the obvious answer.
I didn't make it. I don't
Wouldn't even
know.
ask a question.
There's your next rant video, Joe.
Oh, well, that's because
got
I'm
it for
mostly ranting.
Christmas or something. I don't know.
I'm still fired up because my girlfriend made me late tonight.
I
Anyway.
think they'll let you go on 3 minutes, Joe. It's okay.
Yeah, I know. It's just the principle of the thing.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah, why didn't Warren Beatty say Moonlight was the winner or something like that?
Yeah, it was anyway, it was a flub. Warren Beatty screwed it up, and the whole cast and crew got up for it. And then he was like, "Oh no, sorry, my bad." All had to get down, and the real winner had to go up.
Does everybody know? I know what this line's from. Does everybody know what this is from?
Oh yeah,
This line?
Cool Hand Luke.
Oh yeah, come on.
One of the great speeches in cinematic history.
That's what my bosses wanted to say to me at the post office.
Yeah.
What we have
here, Joe, is a failure to communicate.
Yeah. Speaking of Strother Martin earlier.
Exactly. Has anybody seen Slam Dance? I never heard of Slam Dance. Anybody?
No.
I don't think anyone's seen that movie. I mean, anyone.
It's a drop T, and Pelham 1, 2, 3 is excellent. All right, Tom, it's your turn.
All right. Well, I'm going to talk about 2 Italian films that I watched at home. I showed these last week, I believe. First up, Swept Away, one of my favorite Italian films, in my top 5 of Italian films of all time. Really like this one. Giancarlo Gianni, he plays I don't know, you can't say servant or whatever, but anyways, he's working on a boat for these, well-off, rich Italians, and he kind of gets shipwrecked with one of the bitchy women, if you will, on the boat, either way, they learn how to survive together, and he thinks that they're passionately in love, and I don't want to give the ending away.
And it's from here to eternity.
Yeah, exactly. There's the famous scene from here and from eternity, and obviously. But I love this film. This is a great film. Check it out if you can. The second Italian film I showed a couple weeks ago called Lorna, The Exorcist. Let me just say that there's talking. And then out of respect for Joe and his channel, the rest of the stuff that happens in this film, I can't talk about. Okay?
Oh, yeah. I'm sure, right. but remember I told you it was going to suck? I never seen it.
Yeah.
It sucked, right? It was boring as hell, badly directed?
No, I mean, it's
what year is it?
Directed 1974.
Yeah,
The lighting is excellent, especially in a few scenes that I can't talk about.
Yeah, I know. His wife takes off her clothes a lot.
But anyways,
he's one of the worst directors of all time, Jess Franco.
Yeah,
I saw Swept Away on HBO probably when I was 14 or 15 or something, and that was a great movie for a kid to watch. I'll just say that.
There you go. Yeah. And somebody brought it up in the chat earlier. I forgot who, but yeah, I went to go see F1 Formula One in the movie theater, starring Brad Pitt, and even though I loved the film, it was great. I'm not a Formula One fan, but it's exactly like any other sports film with the aging athlete and the rookie athlete. It's the won't listen to reason. Got a chip on his shoulder, rookie. And I still got something left to prove veteran, so it's still fantastic. I mean, they got they shot the race scenes, there's cameras in the cars and all around. I mean, it's really exciting. how this film is filmed. It's great in the theater. The sounds are fantastic. But it's your typical, like I said, it's your typical sports film with the aging athlete and the rookie. I got to prove something. Films out there, like any other given Sunday, I think it would be like one film you can kind of like compare it to. But nonetheless, it's a fantastic film. It did great overseas. Formula One is a Formula One, like soccer or football, is very popular, worldwide. So this film did pretty good overseas, better than it did here in the States. But I really enjoyed it. I'm thinking I'm going to go see it again because it was filmed for IMAX, but I didn't get to see it in IMAX. So I'm thinking about seeing it here in a day or two in IMAX. So those were the 3 films that I watched this week or this past week.
Very good. Very good. Let's see now. Have you seen the Possession of Joe Delaney starring Shirley MacLaine and Perry King?
No.
72. Boy, that's an awkward movie, no?
Yeah. No, I love it when somebody brings
I was thinking of the seduction of Joe Tynan when you said that or something like that.
Yeah, no idea.
No. Anybody hear the news? Was it one of these rumors? Because everything's like a rumor about the new Sound of Music coming out or something. They're going to remake the Sound of Music.
Yeah.
And the Snow White chick is going to be the Julie Andrews role. Is that true, or is that a rumor?
It's just a rumor.
That's what I heard. And
but they have in news they have announced the new director for the upcoming James Bond film, which I'm a huge fan. Denis Villeneuve, who has done the last 2 Dune films and the Blade Runner sequel. On a great sci-fi film called Arrival, and another great film called The Prisoners. So I'm very happy about that. Now, however, one of the guys that they're looking at, I'm not that fond of, which is Tom Holland, who's been in the last 3 Spider-Man movies. In my opinion, he's just way too short. I mean, the guy is buff. He's incredible, in great shape, but he's just too small. He's not tall enough, in my opinion, to play Bond. But I'm glad and I'm happy about the director that they picked for this.
Well, I suppose the director's good, but whenever people ask me about it, I was saying, well, I'm not interested in the director. I just want to know that it's going to be true to the classic Bond, and that it's going to have a good actor as Bond. Like the director, sure, I want a good director, but I'm more interested in the actor and the story and the tradition.
Well, it's the director that brings the story to life, in my opinion. I mean, he's just responsible for that as the writer is. So
that's another story. That's a good topic we could have. When we was looking for topics, let's do a show with a topic, because I don't buy the auteur theory at all.
Oh.
And to be. See, I said that again. I speak in absolutes, and I think, well, there's exceptions. There are some, maybe Hitchcock or something.
Billy Wilder,
where it's everything.
Yeah.
But
William Wilder.
I believe in film as a collaborative effort. Unless the director wrote it, didn't have to act in it, but edited it. Like in Jaws is a good example, but I mean, there's plenty of almost any movie. If it wasn't for the music by John Williams, the actors, the Verna Fields, the editing, everything about that, it's a group effort. And I imagine a film like Jaws without the music or with different actors, or it's so much, a group effort. Unless somebody's a one-man show, unless it's a Clint Eastwood movie or something, he often. Well, he directs it.
Well, he didn't. He directed, but he didn't. He didn't write scripts.
He writes scripts.
No. But for me, what the director needs to have, which these days in Hollywood doesn't happen much, especially if it's a company film, is the director needs to have the final say, and he usually doesn't these days, and that's where you get the bad films from. You don't get very many bad films if the director has the final say, because he has a vision of what he's doing. But the 20 producers yelling at him that have the final say are the ones that ruin a lot of films.
Yeah. Well, speaking of, you brought up music, I thought that didn't the composer of Planet of the Apes recently die?
Gary Goldsmith.
Yeah.
I didn't know he. For all I knew, he could have been dead already. I didn't even know. I
Yeah.
don't think.
Oh no! I'm sorry. No, he wrote Mission Impossible theme song. That guy.
Lilo Schifrin.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. No, I think I might have heard that.
I saw one very short thing, a real clip that was like seconds, 10 seconds. I'm like, I don't like this already. He goes, eyes up here, or look up here, or something like that. I don't know what that guy was like. Come on with this.
Well, you don't know what the.
Whatever. Alex looks like he's 19. What the hell is that? Is it's a bald kid? What is this?
Oh.
Please, man. Defending these movies. I mean, once in a while you get surprised and you say, "Oh, I got to admit that was a good remake or reboot," but it's very rare. I mean, what? I mean, I'm done with Superman. That's just my choice. I'm I know you're gonna probably see it, right?
I already have my tickets for it.
Oh yeah. I think you said. Yeah. No way with that diving suit that they wear now. The rubber diving suits, no cloth.
Same rubber suits that your Godzilla actors wear.
That's not the same thing. Uniform's supposed to be cloth. Well, not all uniforms are, maybe.
Well, Superman should be, because the legend is his mother made it out of his blanket.
Right, that's true.
How would he get a rubber? Did he have a rubber blanket?
She was a scuba diver, mother. I always say diver because they have like that Aquaman kind of look. They have like those little dotty things on, rubbery things on them. I'm like, what the hell? When did they start with that?
I'm sure there's a purpose for that, Joe.
Yeah. Purpose is truth, justice, and the American way.
The whole purpose is because Superman has had many bio stories over his long comic career. Okay.
Yeah, but which one counts?
They all do when the newest one is told. That's the one that counts.
I bet you it'll be everything but truth, justice, and the American way.
We don't know. We don't know.
I'm really going based on
I hope so. I'm just glad he's flying now. I mean, I never liked the leaping over tall buildings.
What are you talking about? He
flew. At first he just leaped over tall buildings. He was never a flyer. Yeah. At the beginning, yeah.
Because in all the serial, the old movie serials, and
that's why he says able to leap tall buildings in a single bound.
Yeah,
because,
But he also says faster than a speeding bullet.
Way.
Well, yeah, he can be fast too, but he was never a flyer at first. Like in the beginning of Batman used a gun in his in Inception.
Yeah, and drove Bruce Wayne's car, which I could never figure out why no one could figure out who it was.
Right.
You can't run a license plate and figure out who this car belongs to.
Mel Brooks, Singular Vision movies. Regardless of who is starring, it's him every scene, start to finish. Well, don't forget, Gene Wilder offered a lot in Young Frankenstein. He wrote
he co-wrote it, didn't he?
Stuff in there. But I know what you're saying. Like, I always think of Hitchcock movies pretty much like it's got the Hitchcockian touch to it all the time.
Right.
Yeah. A lot of times I'll see like 2 or 3 movies by the same guy, and I couldn't even tell if they're directed by the same guy. Sometimes.
But
I think that's a good
Hitchcock wasn't really a writer, so all of his movies were Hitchcockian, but he didn't. He would write a little bit, but they were always somebody else's story.
The auteur. I see that auteur. Superman has to fly these days as buildings are a lot bigger now.
Fair enough.
Are you going to go see the movie with Beetle Eddie?
Yeah, Beetle Eddie. Yeah, we're going to get a popcorn bucket. We're going to get our sodas and watch Superman.
Yeah, the Fletcher cartoons had Superman depicted as flying because leaping everywhere looked stupid, and flying then became canon.
Yeah, but I think in the first episode or 2, he does just leap of the cartoons, and then he eventually just flies.
Frankenstein. And that's our show for tonight.
No, we gotta give him 3 extra minutes here, Joe.
Yeah, no, he's got to. I had to get the show done somehow. But I do need air conditioning in here. I mean,
has anybody ever seen Madonna's excellent remake of "Swept Away"? By the way,
oh god,
I'm being very facetious here.
Yeah, with her then husband Guy Ritchie directing it. Yeah, no, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was hoping to have the Indicator Carnal Knowledge by now, as it shipped over a week ago now. It's coming from the UK, but unfortunately, it wasn't to be.
Oh wow!
Was it meant to be?
Yeah.
It'll show up.
Yeah, I think you mean Frog Luca with this is what I think. I think you're right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Doc. Yeah, Megan 2.0 has been confirmed as a flop. Oh man, I don't know. But like I said, you could go and see something, say I liked it, but how much does it mean to me? That's the question. I get the titles of some of the shorts mixed up, Eric. So Hog Wild, I can't think. Is that the one where they're fixing the roof, the antenna, putting the antenna on the roof? Is that the one? Or he's got something about a ladder with the car with the ladder comes off the house. I don't know. That's what let me know if I got it. Which is worse, a singer who thinks they can act or an actor who thinks they can sing? Probably an actor who thinks they can sing is worse.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm going with too. But there are some good actors that have some good songs out there. I mean, Rick Springfield. Rick Springfield was an actor first, and he ended up having a relatively successful couple years. And he's still touring. And he's still touring.
They both did an excellent job in La La Land, and they're actors, they're not singers,
right?
So I mean, you can do both.
You can, There's that soap opera singer that I'm forgetting his name, but he had that great, hit single ballad, "All I Need."
Jack Wagner.
Yeah, Jack Wagner. There you go. Yeah, love that song actually.
Hog Wild Antenna, come clean. They go for ice cream and meet the crazy Mae Bush. The music box is overrated. I'm sorry.
Oh boy,
it won an Academy Award, I think, the music box, but it's not one of my favorite Laurel and Hardy's, believe it or not. But I do love Them Thar Hills too. I do love that one, and the sequel I like even better, Tit for Tat. Yeah. Yeah, this thing again with the singers acting and actors singing, so sometimes it does happen, like with Cher, and stuff. Sometimes people laugh like, "Oh, come on, this person's not an actor; he's a singer," and vice versa. But sometimes it can work.
Lady Gaga's a fairly good actor too, which is amazing to me. But then some people get too big and you can't tell them, no, you shouldn't be doing this. And I'm thinking of primarily Betty Davis, who could not sing a note, but insisted on singing constantly. And it's...
Did you like that record that came out? Whatever Happened to Baby Jane?
Yeah. I mean, Streisand is one that comes to mind as successful in both mediums.
Yeah. And Liza too.
Yeah. Yeah, Betty Davis.
Yeah, well, I said Betty Davis. No, she.
No. I'm sorry. I meant.
Oh, Bette Midler. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Betty Davis. No, Betty Davis.
Yeah.
And I don't care. Everybody says Travolta can't sing either. Get that.
You're gonna let him in. I'm gonna let her in. I'm gonna let her.
Yeah, Tim's got that album.
He's got that 45.
So what?
Over. Yeah, Sinatra was he was a singer first and turned actor.
Yeah.
Elvis was a good actor. No, wait a minute.
Although I've seen one Sinatra film that is horrible. I can't think of the name of it, but he plays like a dandy. It's like the 16th century or something like this, and he's a knight, and he sings in it too, and it's oh my god, it's one of the worst things I've ever seen.
And McCartney is not a good actor. No way.
Well, you knew that was going to come up.
I didn't even think of it, man. Thank you, Thunder.
Ringo could be good though. Ringo wasn't always good, but Ringo could be good.
If the material is good,
in Blind Man.
Yeah.
Ringo's good in Blind Man.
The material's good. Paul's the weakest of the actors, even in A Hard Day's Night and Help.
Yeah, because the material was shit. I'm talking.
The other ones were right. Ringo's good in it. George is all right in it.
No.
Paul,
Nobody's good. Nobody is good in Broad Street. Okay, let's just get that out of the way. Nobody's good.
No, Ralph Richardson.
Even the legit actors in Broad Street are terrible.
I wasn't going by that. I was just going by even A Hard Day's Night.
Yeah. Tracy Ullman tries to send me to Broad Street, and that's all she does. It's horrible.
Steve Martin wasn't a good actor. I don't know. I saw a little bit of that. What was that again?
I don't know. Yes and no. Dean Martin is the kind of actor that just plays himself, and he's good at that.
He's like
he can't play a part. You know what I mean? He's just Dean Martin in everything he ever did. He's good at it, but of course he is.
What was that? What was that spy thing I just saw with him again? I can't remember.
Matt Helm, probably.
Matt Helm, and he was like terrible in that. But you said that's not supposed to. That's supposed to be.
No, he's just Dean Martin. But you know, there's a movie he did with Ray Halston. I can't think of the name of it, but that.
Okay, everybody look at each other.
It's a good movie. He's in there, but he's just playing himself.
Mick Jagger, yeah.
Decent actor. David Bowie, I think, might have been one of the better singers turned actors.
Joan Jett. Well, I don't know.
No,
I think she was good.
I would argue maybe not. I'm not saying no, but I would argue maybe not.
Roger Ebert would disagree with you.
I mean, you know, funny as it may sound, Cher might be the best, singer turned actor. I mean, sorry, the best actor turned singer.
You know, and this thing about actor, I'm going to say actress. I don't care, folks. I don't care if it's politically incorrect, because I like to separate the two. Did he still have best supporting actor and best supporting actress? Or did they say best support? How do they do that?
Yeah. Man, well, here's my thing. If you're a male clothes maker, are you called a seamster? No, it's a seamstress. You're not.
Well, you're gonna have to change that too. They're gonna have to change that too.
If you're a guy working on a plane, you're still a stewardess.
Hey, how about Marky Mark? He's not a good singer or an actor. Will Smith. If he had it, I think Elvis was a decent actor when he wanted to be, and he tried. That's what I think. And most of those movies, he didn't have to try in those movies. Most of them.
Yeah.
Some of them. He's great in Flaming Stars. He's great in the King Creole. Those are two I could say.
He made too many movies to act great in them all the time. I don't think he's a very good actor in his first movie, but it's his first movie. So, you got to cut him some slack. It's his first time doing it. He never had a lesson,
Over. I never saw Chastity. I heard. I don't know if it's true, but I heard they remade the movie and this time called it Chaz.
Yeah, isn't that the name of her daughter?
Yeah,
wow.
Former daughter.
Yeah.
Oh, it might be the dead name. I don't know. Isn't it Adam A-D-A-M?
Yeah. Probably my yeah. Don't drink, don't smoke. What do you do?
Sure. Oh man.
Art Garfunkel is another one that turned out to be a pretty good actor.
What was the deal with that again? Oh, it's coming out later. The Carnal Knowledge is coming out later.
Well, on Criterion, but the one from
So-
Indicator, Criterion one comes out in July. The Indicator one from the UK, that's out now, but I'm still, like I said, I'm still waiting for it to be delivered.
Is that like a region free? That one Indicator one?
I'll find out when I get it. I'm not 100% sure, but thanks to having a region free Blu-ray player, I don't have to worry about that.
Because I happen to have the I hate stretching,
Stretch.
especially when I haven't reached my goal yet. Anyway,
Oh, there you go. Yep.
there's
I
my
had
old.
that.
I have I was going to say Blu-ray DVD because I have a pile here of things I'm going to get rid of when I get to upgrade. Yes, indeed. I was. That's right. I remember those when they were new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Funny.
there's always that. You know,
Yeah,
a lot. Yeah. I mean, Johnny Depp. There's Johnny Depp. There's
Yeah, no, Bruce Willis
Russell
wasn't
Crowe.
great.
Russell Crowe. There's Kevin Bacon. There's Billy Bob Thornton. You know, so many actors. You know,
Hugh Laurie.
Hugh
there's the
Laurie,
monkeys.
yeah. There's
They're both singers and actors.
Davy Jones.
I don't think so. I think Paul Simon. I'm sorry. I thought you said Woody Allen. Yeah, Paul Simon. I thought Paul Simon's a decent. I never saw One Trick Pony, but anytime I seen him in anything else, he looked natural to me. I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't seen One Trick Pony either.
Yeah. Hello.
It's O. Henry.
Oh, hello, Henry.
Bon Jovi.
By the way, I forgot. I want to mention this really quick because I forgot. In this movie, this Who is Harry Kellerman movie, there's a scene fairly early on where he goes to this concert and he's sitting in the audience, and there's this bald guy with a beard on stage that introduces Dustin Hoffman and tries to get him to come up. And I'm looking at him, I realize it's Shel Silverstein. I'd never seen Shel Silverstein like other than pictures and stuff. And I'm like, and the band is Dr. Hook and the Medicine Show. And Shel Silverstein is the lead singer for this band. And I'm like, that made the movie for me. I'm like, wow, I've seen Shel Silverstein in a movie.
I don't think Bob Dylan was too good.
No.
Hey, how about Jim Nabors? Jim Nabors is a good singer, I guess. You know, I don't like that kind of singing, but I think he has a good voice, I guess. And Bob Dylan sucks. He can't sing or act. No.
Hey, look, I had a great time seeing him live 2 weeks ago again.
I saw a horrible version of The Times They Are A-Changing. Did you see that?
He just did it. Yeah, no, he didn't do it when I saw him 2 weeks ago, but he did it just a couple days ago.
Johnny Crawford, the rifleman. I'll tell you somebody else. Tony Randall, he could sing. He got a few albums out.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vododio is his big one. Yeah. sold hundreds of copies of that album.
I never get all the names coming
Hundred.
out. January.
Yes, he does.
Look, you gotta look, first of all, I knew when I said something I was gonna get all this flack. Listen, I like Dylan. I like the way he sings, in quotes. I like the voice that he has. That does it's perfect for him. But I don't think he's technically a good singer. He thinks he's as good as Caruso or whatever. But whatever. That's what he says, and don't look back. Well, actually, I hate opera, so maybe he's right.
I was just listening to some opera earlier today.
No way, Jose.
Oh yeah.
Oh, give me rap music every time over that.
Oh
my God! I'll take
Oh yeah,
opera.
let me do one.
Oh yeah, the Hobbit song. That's Bilbo Baggins.
See that? I see this every time it brings him up. They let that man make 5 records. Why? He had 5 albums. Why?
Shatner too, you know.
Shatner only had only had one in the early days. He has a couple since, but back in the early days, Leonard Nimoy had 5 albums.
Oh, you watched my Leonard Nimoy signed autograph on the record. Oh, cool. Very nice. I think I know this. I think I know this already. Yeah. But I'm telling you, I drink nothing but water, and it's not exactly tasty. Let me put it that way.
There's such a
water's
thing as
like
drinking too much water. You can die.
Water's the most boring drink of all time.
Yep. I'll drink to that.
Yeah, let's do it, Joe.
I don't. Maybe I do. Oh look, I've got water.
Oh, what's in there though?
You won't be able to see, but it's water. It's water.
Yeah, I gotta stop.
I drink 1 soda a day, but it's diet soda and water the rest of the time. Yeah, it's a 1 12-ounce. The mighty I beat 12-ounce serving of soda. And that's it, and water. That's all I drink. Nothing else.
Anyway, folks, that's it for tonight. This has been a lot of laughs. And you guys hang out for a second or two. All right, so have a good one, fellas, ladies, gentlemen, in between.
Go watch a movie.